Bop boo, zippity bap zam. Hey everybody, welcome back to Karandrin role playing. My name is Kevin Pinnings, also known as Crack Palantir, and I will be your game master and host for this episode 124 of Brise's Tale. And as always, my good buddy Max is here to play the lovely paladin Brise. Max, say hello to the lovely people.
Hi, everybody. Sorry we were starting a little late. We were sorting through some notes discrepancies. But I think we got to figure it out now. So
yeah, so it's all my fault because I'm sorry about no cancellation notice last week. My headache made me so out of it. I couldn't wake up. I couldn't even text Max. I had to get Obi-Wan Karen text Max. It was really bad. I was just so confused and so addled. And I wish I could tell you that's not going to happen again, but it's going to happen again. But, thus far, once every 120 episodes, I hope that will not be too onerous for our viewers. So we are back in the wonderful world of Karandrin. And you may recall that Brise escaped the clutches of a giant who rules over a house of giants in a valley some miles away. The giantess Crom, she sent one of her household to seek out Brise. Brise hid from her and hid from that envoy, and then teleported back to Balabry, the goblin town that Brise has been stationed in for some weeks. After doing so, she also met a group of adventurers who turns out to be sort of they're between a rock and a hard place, in that they have a member kidnapped by a powerful sorceress. That sorceress is ensnared magically by a contact of Brise's, it turns out. Mm-hmm. And the sorceress has hired these adventurers to kill this contact of Brise's, and Brise has agreed to sort of be a mediator between the two parties, and we're going to see how that goes.
Right. I feel like if I do nothing, then they might find Prethnot, my contact, and kill her themselves. So I feel it's my duty to at least warn her.
Yeah, and so, but it's in a distant city. It would take probably a week on horseback to travel there. Now, I suppose as we talk through this, Max, I suppose you could teleport if there was some place you remembered in the Vetch. The Vetch is north of Convergence.
That's true,
and that might only put you a couple of days away, and it would be closer than trying to teleport to Convergence itself. So
all possibilities. Welcome, Obi-Wan and Quinn. Quinn stole my joke. I was gonna.
You're gonna be
guys. It's gonna be like, where? Huh? What?
Quinn, I think Obi-Wan's referring to the bunny on Max's. That's the cutest thing. That's the cutest thing out there. That's it.
He has a name. It's Chickaloo.
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 All right. It sounds like a Native American name from
Don't worry, it's from a video game. So no, we might get copyright struck, but we're not getting canceled.
That's right. Man, they watch that stuff like a hawk, which is good. I guess everybody's calling themselves creators now as this blanket term. It's a weird term, I find, but
I create stuff every day.
You do.
Some I dispose of, but others I
I create stuff in a napkin every time I sneeze. So we're back in the smallish town of Ballabry, and we have this situation with the adventurers, and so um, um, Quinn, did you not finish that thought?
Not under any circumstances.
For those who aren't well, listen to the chat. Quinn posts, "I have some advice for Max tonight. Max, whatever you do not, under any circumstances," and it just ends right there. So don't know what the advice is. Don't do anything under any circumstances.
Okay.
So there's the issue of warning Preth. There's a group of adventurers looking for her in the hopes of either killing her or getting help to free their kidnapped member. Brise is sort of hiding out in town because there's goings on at the castle that she needs to stay away from. And so that does bring us the question, Max, what do you think Brise should? Of course, it's evening now, as you said, right? Early evening, mid-evening. So in all likelihood, you're just going to nap and then get up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we can wrap that up really quickly. What is there anything you want to do this evening before you retire?
No, it's been a bit of a long day, so we'll just roll it up.
Asleep you go. Roll for me.
How well do I sleep? 85. That's pretty good.
That's that's an early morning for you, actually. You wake up. Do you dream? Let's see if you had any significant dreams. The culture that believes in that.
32 for dreams.
No dreams that you recall. Let's see how your health is doing.
25.
25. So no illnesses. Your hands are still tingly, achy. You really expected them to be better by this morning. So that is something to watch. You're still at -5 for everything. That does include spell casting.
Right.
If it puts you in the negative, that does mean you fumble. Now, if you concentrate for the full amount of time, that should offset that penalty. But it's a concern. So what do you want to do, sir?
So I do want to add, Kevin, one thing. I remember I asked the adventurers if they could find any items of regeneration or spell absorption. Just
right.
Note that down if they can. That'll be something they might be looking for as payment for my services as messenger. So I will. I don't want to be seen leaving this room, really, because I kind of don't want these adventurers tailing me. There's 13 of them, and they all seem pretty dead set on getting my help. So I'm gonna see if I can teleport from my room to the Eternal Lantern. To the Eternal Lantern in the Adventuring Guild. Then from there, I can hopefully find someone who can teleport me to Convergence.
Okay. So you take your sweet time. You have a relatively clear memory of your teleport.
Well, actually, wait. Sorry, I meant to back up. I should try to teleport to Convergence first myself, right? And then we'll just know the spell will fail.
Do you have a spot memorized in Convergence?
Yeah. Let me.
Really, all you need is a spot.
So I don't have one like dedicated and like my 7, right?
Yeah.
But I remember I would teleport outside the Tea and Loaf. There's an side alley there.
All right. Roll how clearly you remember it.
60.
Okay. Yeah, you feel like it's a strong enough memory. You'd be able to do that.
Okay.
There you are.
There I
am. So you give it the full minute of concentration, and All right, sir. Roll it up.
So we know if this fails, it's because it's outside of my teleport range. 42.
Succeeds in terms of the casting. Are you using your magical power or using an item's?
Using my magical power.
All right, so that's 10 power points, 11 exhaustion.
Okay.
Yeah, it is too far.
Oh my gosh. Wait, so it spends all the points and everything? No.
Yes.
Damn. So that would be 50 miles plus level 14, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, 190 miles. Okay. That's pretty damn far. Okay. Then I will instead make my way to the Eternal Lantern.
Did you want to try the vetch?
I don't know.
The vetch, for any new viewer, is a
right.
hilly, rugged, largely unsettled area north of Convergence. Stretches pretty far.
We know the Philistine is around there as well, so I don't want to risk
Yes.
it. Yeah. So I think we'll take the safe route, and we can try to just.
What about, because a safe spot would be where your Fey allies, the Trinidos, these tiny flying deer like Fey, that would be a very safe spot to teleport into their valley.
Right. I don't know. Do they have a spot? I thought they kind of just.
They have an enormous power, they said, in their valley, and that's where you put them.
Right.
And
true, that would be safer. But then I still have the multi-day hike, right, that I need to make.
Or you try to teleport again. You're much.
Oh, 2 teleports. Okay.
But it would give you a spot that is secure from the Philistine. The Philistine being, for our new viewers, that's a race of now extinct, sort of halfling-like people that now, because they were literally killed by genocide, they were exterminated from the earth thousands of years ago. They rose as undead. Thousands of them did, and they seem to be active in the western sections of the Vetch, and admittedly close to where the Trinidos are. But the Trinidos have told you repeatedly when you first met them that they have a great deal of power within their valley. It's just outside of that, it's difficult.
Okay, so it's either do 2 teleports, 2 convergence myself, or again finding someone at the Eternal Lantern.
Yeah.
Okay, we can try the 2 teleports, and then maybe on the way back, definitely find someone in Convergence, which will be easier because it's such a bigger city.
Yeah, it's a full-on city. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So we're going to report to the.
So roll for me and see what your, how clearly you can remember their particular area.
47.
Fortunately, you have a good memory. So yes, it was such an unusual encounter with them that you feel like that can be done, and roll it up.
Okay. And we'll use my PowerPoints for this. Full concentration.
Yeah.
83.
Boom. You teleport in the valley of the Trinidos. It's good to be outdoors and at least not have giants breathing down your neck or massive holy celebrations going on. So the yeah, my niece is with Obi-Wan, and she is saying hello to me. Hello, Elle.
Oh, I thought Obi-Wan just calls you Uncle Crack Palantir all the time.
Elle insists that I don't kill you this episode. I don't know.
Good.
manage
We
that.
have a force against Quinn.
That's that's right. Both Elle and Quinn are equal at completing sentences. So that's
And intelligence.
the Trinidas are flying around. You're definitely right in their glen. They speak, as you know, in sort of this beautiful musical chorus, and you hear, "Daughter of man, we did not expect you. Are you in need of aid? What news do you have?"
I tell them I am merely passing through, although I do say that I am. How do I want to say it? Right. I say I do have an injury that I'm healing from somewhat slowly.
That concerns you?
Yeah, that concerns me. Yeah. I was wondering if you could take a look at it. I didn't even think to ask them about that last time I met them, but here I am now. So.
You extend your hand. They are.
They just do like the little fish that like eat your dead skin. They just like nibble at that.
You know, they use maggots for that as well.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because maggots only eat rotting flesh. So if you've got a bacterial problem, or whatever,
That's what they want you to think.
That's right. So, but it's in even like some of the military survival guides. It's like find maggots, put them in your wound.
Interesting.
And they will stop. They're not interested in the living flesh.
Wow, and they'll just leave it alone. That's crazy.
Oh, Quinn, that's great.
That. Wow. It's mating season.
I can't think of a play on Trinidas to make it like all scary. Like they're only by Big Maggot. They're only interested in three ways. That's the try in Trinidas. Oh wow, Obi-Wan. I assume that's meant to be a bunch of memes, but
I think we're getting spammed. I think we need to ban Elle. Ban your niece.
That's right. They examine it. They tell you that they wish they knew more about human medicine, but they're hesitant to act.
Okay.
But the wound does radiate magic. They tell you.
Okay. Well, that's all right. I don't think there's anything else I need to ask them. I just spoke to them earlier, so yesterday actually. So I will, take my leave and attempt to teleport to the tea and loaf from here.
So you sort of just explain to them, you're looking for a place where you might stop and rest for a bit before you attempt to teleport again. They of course tell you, you're more than welcome to do so. So, all right. So you take you concentrate for a good long while. We love you too, Obi-Wan and Elle. Roll it up, man.
Boom. 89. Look at
you
that.
are definitely close enough. You must be a little tired now. It's what, 3 teleports?
That is 3.
So definitely convergence.
I'm at 69 exhaustion. Nice.
There's a wino woman. She sees you appear. She kind of looks you up and down and just takes another swig. She just doesn't care. Excuse me.
Am I in the alley or?
You are in the alley.
Okay. She's just hanging out here. Well,
you need to roll.
I roll 22.
All right. What would you like to do?
I would like to go find. Well, I'll have some breakfast here at the Tea and Loaf. Why not?
That's right.
I mean, I don't care about food, right? I'll eat whey bread too, but if I'm in the city, might as well.
Sure. Save your whey bread. You, stroll in. Oh, yeah, the wino has nothing to do with you. Fairly full and busy. Upper end merchants mostly. Clerics and the like. You walk in, you attract a good deal of attention. And people are looking you up and down. And you realize you may be somewhat overarmed for the occasion, given that it's convergence.
Oh my God, I completely forgot.
And that's what your 22 roll for was.
Yeah, I didn't even think.
So, but they're not,
That's
they're
fair.
not going to rat you out. But there's a constable here. You're going to have some quick thinking to do. So, what do you want to do? Stay and eat, find a seat in the back, and then start just hiding goods? Oh, you can't hide in your thing, can you? You can't put stuff in your bag of holding. It's still sealed.
Bag of holding is sealed. Yeah, okay. So if I'm in my full adventuring gear, then I guess, my normal excuse would be, I bought these weapons here.
Yeah, but you can't have, having a bunch of them all over you, that's a problem.
Oh my God. I might actually just, would be good just to duck out then before the constable notices me, I guess.
Well, there's not a constable here.
Okay.
That you can see.
Right.
So if he's not here, then, you're definitely going to find him on the street. If you go back on the street, of course, you turn down an alley, maybe not.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd turn down an alley and hide my weapons,
You can get a seat and hide your weapons. You could do it here in the restaurant.
Right, but yes, but then I also need to leave and go find Karandrin, right? I'm thinking longer term, right? Let me find a spot for my weapons, come back to them.
Oh, you mean hide them? Well, you can
for
carry
an hour.
them. You need to just put them in a bag.
Okay.
They just don't need to. They can't be.
I will
visible.
take out. I should have an empty sack in my inventory, and I will toss them in there.
Now, the only thing you can't put in there that I know of is you don't have a bow, do you?
Nope.
That's right. So you're pretty good then. You don't have any really spear.
Sorry.
So the spear, you have your spear on you, right? You still have a spear. So spear is what you would have to say, I bought this here.
Can I not just wrap the spear in cloth and put it in the bag, or?
Well, it'll still be a spear. No one's going to mistake that long thing coming out, right? It's too.
Might as well do that so it attracts less attention, right?
Oh, you mean wrap it up?
Yeah, wrap it up, put it in the bag. People will notice it's a spear, but fewer people, right?
And you at least indicate you're not going to use it.
Exactly. Right? Yeah, it's not an open blade.
So you take a seat.
For our viewers, that all weapons are banned in the city of Convergence, or at least entry is banned.
Yeah, you check your weapons at the 3 gates of Convergence. Yeah. It's a massive walled city. Was built as a symbol of peace, and repurposed as a city of peace, and so coming in armed, it's a very flimsy law. Obviously, it's very impossible to enforce. But you still, if a constable just wants to make a buck, he can just throw you in jail until you, bribe him to get out.
Exactly. Inconvenient. So I'll put all my gear, my flail, my bolas in there, and then I'll just have a dagger hidden.
Yeah. And people are okay with daggers. That's not.
Oh, right. Okay. So I'll have that on my belt then.
Yeah. So it's not. People consider that as a self-defense. It's generally accepted everywhere. And just as a tool, it's accepted.
I'll put my flail, my spear. I'll have my gun in my belt, though.
That's it. It is Texas. You can do that.
Virgins, Texas. That actually sounds like it's in Texas.
I don't actually understand why they the concealed carry law that's here in Texas. I don't understand why concealed carry requires a license. If you have the right to bear arms, the manner in which you bear them is, I mean, that's not up to the state. So I would think that would be unconstitutional. It's really weird to me that they accept that and haven't fought that, because that's pretty flatly unconstitutional. Once you have the right to bear arms, you can't tell me, well, now you can't.
You can limit someone's right, but you can't take it away.
No, you can't even limit it. You can't even limit it. And so it's an abridgment of their rights to do so. It's very weird. Not that I'm pro-gun by any means. Well, no, I love guns. I just am not pro-idiots having them. And I count myself among the idiots.
That's fair.
So, silver piece for the meal. Whoa. It's sort of a hot meat and cheese pie.
All right.
It is flatly the best meal you've ever had.
Wow, really?
Huh. It's a double aught and a double aught and a 14. So you really get now why people bother talking about meals. Oh dear, we didn't lose. There you are.
Oh, I'm right here. Sorry, I had to adjust some volume. Wow, yeah, crazy. Okay. All my months of adventuring, all my years of living, I've never really cared about food.
You order another to go. You just wrap it up. So you spend 2 more silver, and you've got 2 meals worth of these meat and cheese pies. Oh, look, a promotional channel.
Woo! Sorry for bothering you.
Yeah, I know, right? No, that's not it. Let's see. Can I block them while we're here? Open in reading mode. No.
My notes here.
Yeah, you're. Oh, I should say. You probably eat 3 and you get 2. So so 5 silver total, and you feel like you're equipped for the day. You're fed, and you're at least outfitted properly for the city.
Is it really a silver? I have here 2 copper pieces a meal. Is this just
excuse me,
fancy meal? Very fancy meal.
Oh,
now the
I was thinking about the other place.
High Crescent is 2 silver pieces a meal.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yes.
So sorry. So yeah, let's say
hey, maybe they're trying to catch up with the High Crescent. They're trying to be
they're trying to be a competition. 4 copies, say 2 bronze total. How about that? Right. And so you've got 2 to eat, wrapped up in just some wax paper, and out you go.
All right.
So now you're looking for the
temple where Karandrin serves at.
Right. I now have my cool roller. Do we know that we don't know the temple's dedication, do we?
I don't think so.
I don't think we do. Not surprising, I guess. So his temple is the Temple of Therabard.
Okay.
Therri, and then Bard, traditionally spelled. This is in the pantheon, represented as a dwarven male. He's the god of fathers, slaves, and anger. and he's depicted as carrying a shield decorated with children around its edge.
Mhm.
And his symbols are the round, large shield, the fist, and a home, a house. And that can be tricky to distinguish from the symbol of Lewin, which is also a house.
Mhm.
So let's roll to navigate.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you've
Been
got
a while since I've been in Convergence. See how well I remember it. 41.
And you have a skill in navigating in Convergence.
I do.
So yeah, you have to ask for directions at one point, but you make it there, no problem. No undue attention that you saw. Yeah, you make it there. It is very busy. There are lines of people not streaming, but waiting to be seen to go into the temple.
Wow.
3 separate lines. People are pushing and shoving off. Everyone has something in their hands. And it strikes you very uncomfortably that when you see this, one of 2 things has happened. There's been some very bad omen that everyone saw, or there's a sickness in the city. And they are going to offer things to the temple for protection, or they're visiting people sick in the wards.
Yeah. Well, I will ask somebody in line. What is the reason all these people visiting the temple? I'm a traveler here.
You get a lot of suspicious looks because, it's like you want to break. Some people yell at you as you approach, don't try to push your way through here. You just sort of ignore them. There's a fever, my lady. Started outside the walls, but it's in the southern quarter now. I think the southern quarter is where you found that library for
Library of the Poor, yes.
It was like a philanthropic sort of thing, right? Giving education.
It was.
Yeah. So it was a poorer area of town. Not surprising that illnesses would break out there, but must be spreading because a lot of these people are very well to do. But it is the whole range of socioeconomic class. There are both constables and paladins out trying to keep order.
Yeah.
You got more than 1 or 2 glances as you approach, just making sure you weren't going to cause trouble.
Well, Brise is not going to wait in line. She's too impatient for that. Now, I don't know if I need to necessarily. Is this something I could wait to come back? Right. I guess I told the adventurer back in Balabry I need a few days, right?
Yeah.
So I could wait the fever out, or is this something that seems like it will be,
I mean, there's no way to know, right? I mean, how are you?
Has like Brise been through? I mean, I've been through a pandemic, which took years, right? So,
but this is just an outbreak in a city.
Yeah.
So they can be. I think that Brise caused the outbreak. That's what everyone wants to know. Everybody has Brise fever. So even let's say the fever dies off and the panic dies off tomorrow, the temple could still be busy.
Yeah.
Now, if you cut these numbers in half, you're still waiting in line for a while.
Yeah.
And so your guess is you're going to be here for at least a couple of days, and there's no way Claren's going to get off duty in the meantime.
Yeah.
So did you have some other means of I want to say you had some other means of contact with Karandrin, didn't you?
With Clarence?
Oh, not with Karandrin. Sorry, with Prethnot.
No, actually, I would just ask Clarence to arrange a meeting. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure. Parts of the temple. So how did I meet with her? So there was a she had a person who approached me. His name was Iron. If you remember that, he was this.
Yes, that was her sort of like coachman.
Yes, but I mean, he was very cagey, and like I couldn't get any info out of him.
Yeah, I always remember who was the back tavern magic dealer.
You're right. There was a.
Why did I not open my databases as soon as we started playing? This is the question for the agents.
Warehouses, Prethnot. So the second time I met her, where was it? Yeah. Prethnot's list. To speak with Prethnot's cronies at the Tea and Loaf.
Roll for me.
Sure. 100.
It comes to you in a flash. Belketh.
Okay.
The kind of a sneaky dude. Where's his stats? He was very curious looking, kept himself largely out of view, covered his face. It's at the Blue Door Inn.
The Blue Door Inn. Okay.
You met him way back in mid-April.
I found him in my notes now. And then he had me wait for another woman who took me upstairs and then opened a door, and there was Prethnot's room. So,
right.
Okay. So we can try to find the Blue Door Inn. Say I have an urgent message for Prethnot.
Message. Message. I love everybody.
And you know what? I'll leave it with the mithril they gave me if I really needed to get through.
Would you just pass a message so that, I don't know, because you don't really need to meet with her, right? Not really.
Exactly. I can try to get a read on him, right? If he is going to be honest and leave the message.
No,
for her.
Absolutely. I'm trying to put this a field in my database for each of the NPCs for relationships.
Right.
And then I can just type in the person that had contact.
Polyamorous, all that.
Right. Exactly. And so I just typed in Prethnot under relationships, and it brought up both Claren and Belketh.
That's really good. Yeah.
So,
So I'll ask someone on the street for directions.
Do you have the name of the sorceress that Prethnot imprisoned? Because that's going to be important in that note.
Yes. Her name is Zelgin the Binder.
Okay.
Good idea. I'll put that in the note as well. Yeah. All those details.
You find your way to the Blue Door Inn without incident. Yeah, it's a nice, it's a higher end inn with double blue doors. It has a sentry at the door. Just sort of gives you a look over. You once you see the sentry outside the door, you sort of clean yourself up a little more. Maybe put a couple of silver in your hand in case you need to sweet talk.
Mm-hmm.
You approach. He just sort of nods at you. Your breeding and manner are apparently evident. You think to yourself. You walk in. It's cozy, dimly lit, but cozy. Man, every place is really busy. There's a general buzz of worry in the place.
Mm.
You see that people have various sensors, right? Burning incense and so on at their tables. This is the panic of the disease. You're betting that some of these people are actually inhabitants in town who have left quarters in the southern quarter.
Live in an inn until it blows over.
So you go toward the back. The woman who is Belketh's assistant is there. I should probably roll her up.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't see Belketh. Let me roll this chick up real quick. There we go. Thanks always to my buddy Josh for making this roller.
So I guess I should roll. I'd write my note beforehand, right? So it doesn't seem as suspicious, right?
I don't know.
As conspicuous, yeah.
So she is a female half goblin. Not the tightest with her dress. Short, heavy. There we go. She, she sees you approach. She points a finger at you, like wagging it, like, I know I'm supposed to know you.
Yeah.
You know? What would you like to say?
I will go up to her and say, my name is Brise. You may not remember me, but I helped Prethnot once with a certain matter regarding Runner's Vine. And I do have a message for her that I need to get to her.
Roll for me.
35.
Your intuition is not giving you a great read on her. Certainly she's motivated at least by profit. She tells you that Belketh has actually taken ill and is up in his quarters. She whispers the name Prethnot and you realize maybe you should do that too.
Breath not.
Exactly.
I got the sickness too.
I was about to say that maybe not be the best cover, just hacking over everybody. Um, so, she she says that she can get notes. Um, she can get a note to the person in question.
Okay.
But it may cost you.
That is fine.
She, clearly assesses your worth. She's like 30 gold.
Okay, that's fine. So I guess the note, I'll just, pretty much put everything I can in the note, right? About.
Well, except, I mean, you have to assume it's going to be read by.
Right. Right. But I don't think there's anything I need to leave out.
What do you think?
Adventurers have partially freed. What was her name again? I don't know why. That's one of those names that's hard to remember. Zelgan. Partially freed Zelgan. They are seeking you to either complete, reseal her, or, well, I don't know the right way to word that, right? They're seeking you to either undo the binding completely or put it back in place.
Oh, well, I mean, you're not going to say kill?
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, that's what I meant. Yeah, I'll put everything. I don't think I need to leave anything out, right?
Right.
So, yeah. So mention. I guess I don't need to. Mention that there's a brother as well. One of the brothers is held hostage by her, and yeah, they'll. If they have to kill you to rescue him, they will. And then I'll end off with, I didn't. How do I say that?
So, do you want to tell her where
they can meet the adventurers?
Where the adventurers are?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I'll tell her that at the adventurers spot. I forget. That's why I write
the travelers
spot. Traveler spot in Malabry. You'll find them there if you wish to help them
discuss.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll mention I am at. Well, I guess I don't really want to put where I am in case this note does get read by someone else.
You can get messages at the keep of Balabry.
Yeah. I'll just say the keep in Balabry.
Here's her name for you, Bienal. Fold it, drip wax on it. Do you want to? I mean, do you want to leave maybe saying that you'll be downstairs if there's any questions? Do you want to hang out here for a few hours?
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, sure. In case she's able to get it sooner. I'm just thinking if I'd missed anything. No, I think that should be good. Okay. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. And then we'll give her the note and 30 gold pieces.
She goes upstairs. You just sort of take a seat Um, throw somebody 5 bronze for a drink. Find one of the few tables left and just hang out.
Mm-hmm.
Waiting is not your strong suit. What would you like to do?
Well, I'll read my one of my books if it's not too. If I can concentrate on it, can read my. I guess I can pull out a tome, right? No one really will mind that. Yeah.
Which tome are you going to read?
Nature's Law. Mm-hmm.
You see Be and All come back down. And that is the note in her hand. And she just tosses it on the table and sits down and, keeps just sipping coffee.
Okay, don't really appreciate that. Let's go over to her and
why don't you roll for me? Let's see how mad you are.
Yeah. 5. Okay.
All right. You're cool as a cucumber. You walk over to her. Guilt is all over her face.
I do have a line. I say, I know she is talented, but I'm pretty sure she can't read letters without opening them. I'm glad I stayed. Wow.
Think about. I mean, how are you gonna express your displeasure? I mean, that's a clever line.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'll tell her, like, this is a matter of someone's life, and you're going to treat it this lightly. You will bring this to Prethnot now.
Roll for me.
10.
Yeah, she's not impressed. She takes your 30 gold, puts it on the table, throws the note back at you. She says, I've been caught before. Why don't you take it to her yourself?
Can I? Does it seem like that's like honest, or is she like mocking me?
Well, I mean, that is clearly a go fuck you. Yeah, that's clearly,
Okay.
You're not going to do anything, right? I mean, we're going to do. You can't force her to do it.
Well,
unless, of course, you convince her
with some charming. Sorry, what were you going to say?
Well, I mean, you might have to silent cast that, and as you know, you're not in the best of shape, and silent casting is crazy difficult.
Well, or I just walk around her so her back is to me, and then cast it.
She's at the very back. Remember, they sit at the very back.
Right. Okay. I see what you mean.
To do business, there is no back to do. They are very cagey. Which is to say, you're not going to be surprised if there's a weapon under the table. You're not going to be surprised, given that they're in the magic business, that she has some magical.
Yeah.
Which is not to say don't do anything. It's to say,
That is a riskier course of action.
Yeah.
Man, this is fortunate. I could.
And there may be nothing to do. I don't want you to think I'm.
Well, I could also play the card is that Prethna owes me a favor. Right.
Does she?
Yes.
Oh, she does. That's right.
She said she would be willing to, way back when, right, with Crowlin in the Crown Rules, she was willing to help me try to free him. Would do a specific task to help free him. So, I mean, I guess I'll just try that as a last thing, right? It's like she owes me a favor. How would I word that, right, to make it persuading?
I don't know what your angle is here.
Yeah, exactly. That's true because she owes me a favor. This lady doesn't care. So, I mean, I don't know if she serves Prethnot or not. Yeah,
there's got to be a relationship between Belkef and Prethnot that is advantageous to them both.
Right.
Right. And so if Belkef gets pressure from Prethnot, she could could find herself without a job, for instance.
Right.
So
I just don't know how to word that.
You could word it directly. Don't worry about being cagey.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, yeah. So I'll say I know that Belkov and Prethnot must have some rapport, and I don't think he would like it very much if he hears that you aren't delivering her messages.
Obi-Wan, Prethnot is a sorceress who lives here in Convergence. We think she is extremely reclusive, extremely secretive. Brise met her a few months back. Prethnot's real specialty is traveling to other worlds. That is her main magical interest. And Brise met her through the priest Clarin, who is a mid-level priest at a local temple. And while Brise was dealing with how to escape the clutches of the demon Kralum. But you don't see Prethnot except by elaborate appointment. And even then, it's almost like a mafia meeting. You're picked up in a coach, and the coach takes you to one location, and then it's some warehouse or it's very it's like dealing with a ransom, people who have taken someone for ransom. It's stages of secrecy to get to Prethnot, and this is one of the approaches to Prethnot. This magic dealer and his assistant. So that's who Prethnot is. So
yeah, I mentioned just along those lines. Yeah.
Yeah. Roll for me.
Obi-Wan, no, that's 19, by the way. Protected Aldruff. I'm not sure. Protected from what?
She the one who protects.
That Fraldrum is the court magician of Miagral who did shelter Aldruff for a time. Yes.
Oh yeah, that's who you're thinking of, Obi-Wan.
There's a lot of very powerful female characters. I know. So.
It's entirely Obi-Wan's influence over my life. Powerful female characters.
His name's Aldruff. Oh my goodness. Do we have a caption for Roth now? We probably should put that up.
I don't. I could write. Yeah, I should write one. So I don't remember how to do that. Text. So dumb. You do the add new, and it puts your window way down at the bottom.
As it should be.
Um, so she says, I'll get the message. You keep your money. I'll get the message to her. Wait here since you're going to be waiting here anyway. And snatches the message up, storms up. You don't know whether to believe her or not. Because, she could just,
burn it.
Yeah. I mean,
I guess, how do I feel about if she doesn't get the message, right? I made a good effort to reach out to her, but
how would you feel about pushing the issue and saying, I'm going with you?
Yeah, that's fair, I guess. That's true. It's something Brise would probably do. She doesn't like when things don't go her way. So let's put a hand on her shoulder and say, why don't I go with you to make sure that letter does get delivered?
She glares at you, snatches her shoulder, well, tries to, but you're so strong, it just doesn't move you. She is shuddering with rage, but keeps her mouth shut. She says through those clenched, sharp goblin teeth, half goblin teeth, fine. Up the stairs you go. All this coming back to you. You're like, oh yeah, this is because you've done this once before. Mm-hmm. Up you go. Steps into a little alcove with further steps. Goes to some windows on the upper floor. She arranges lights along the window, show a certain pattern. She sets the note on the table.
Pattern, or
it's easy enough to remember.
Okay, I'll note that down.
So she says, satisfied. She goes, it could be days, it could be, and as she says that, a portal opens, and a new. Wow. Oh, look at that! I didn't do it. I did not create a character for iron. I created a database history for iron.
Yeah.
Well, let's just roll this. A new person.
I can see if I have a description. Oh my God, iron is mentioned 70 times in my notes.
No problem. Can you search? Can you search case sensitive?
Probably.
Because it should be capitalized.
Yeah,
Why is this not?
Well, now there's 50. Oh, Iron Empress.
Oh man,
no. Maybe Iron period.
Oh, this is working. Why is it not working?
Well, I'll let you know if I find it. You keep doing that.
Weird. It worked a minute ago. I don't have to highlight it to F9 to get it to generate new results, do I? It's not working. I wonder if I close and open again, if it'll just give me new ones. Why would it not work? Weird. Weird. It doesn't. Ah, weird. So a human comes through. He Human male. Short, medium weight, not particularly handsome. Close cropped hair, clean shaven. He is just radiates. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
Just radiates it. Sees you, and that's apparently not what he was expecting to see. Like a flash, his wait, where are my rollers? What's going on? His hand immediately goes to his weapon.
Okay.
The room, in just an instant, the room fills with a dense fog. I mean, roll for me.
28.
Yeah, you're just shocked at all these things.
Okay. So like the staircase fills with?
Well, this is a little room.
We step through into a room?
Yeah, this is a room with a off of an annex with its own set of stairs that went up off the stairs that you were going through. So it's clearly very, it's very set aside and so on. Yeah, he's got a mace. You can't see crap. You hear Bienal call out. Hazareth, it's fine. It's fine. She is known to Prethnot. The room is plunged in darkness.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is very interesting.
Okay. I can probably show proof that I literally have the list of things Prethnot asked me to research for her. So I'll shout out like I can prove that I know Prethnot. Please give me.
There is a musky smell suddenly in the room, and you only have one example, one experience that would tell you what that smell is, because you created it one time. It is definitely the smell of a bear.
Oh my goodness. I do remember creating a bear.
There is a growl approaching you. There's the shuffle of very heavy footsteps. Roll for me.
90.
Wow. You are, roll again for me.
96.
You are terrified, but you have control over your actions. If you had rolled even a 70, I would have taken control of your character.
All right. So did he, well, I was able to speak, right? Like I
Yes,
said,
there's no answer.
all right, then I guess it is time to defend myself. I could cast a spell, or
The odds are,
probably faster just to draw my weapon and dodge out of the way.
well, I mean, you think about the size of the room. Like, say it's the size of your room right now.
Yeah.
Put a bear in there.
Yeah, that's trouble.
You don't have. I mean, anything you do. I mean, if it involves your arms, if it involves your hands, you've got a chance to get it off before something happens.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, do you escalate? Do you not escalate? I mean, that bear is so close and is going to have the speed of a bear.
I mean, I've just got to draw my spear and angle it. That's like the most sensible thing to do, right?
So look at the size of your room, and your spear is taller than you, and it's on your back, and it's wrapped up.
Oh my gosh. It is wrapped up. That's right. What potions do I have? Because I could probably just throw a potion or drink a potion.
Well, what about
potion of bear spray? What's that?
You could try to. You mentioned charm. You know, nothing like charming a bear. Just ask Josh. Huh? Anything?
Yeah. I have another potion of servants. I create another bear.
Oh, then nothing like two blind bears fighting. And
I love that nursery rhyme.
Oh, that's so great. Two blind bears. Two blind bears.
Oh, dude.
They both hate Brise right now. They both hate Brise right now. Two blind bears.
Sorry, what you suggested before? Oh, charm. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's try a target fails. Believes caster is a good friend.
So, how many power points you dumping into this bad boy?
Probably as many as I can afford. It's level 4 spell. Let's throw in another 10, right? So.
Yeah. Okay. Roll it up.
82 to cast.
Very nice. You begin your casting. You are flattened to the ground.
Okay.
There is definitively a bear on top of you. Your arms are not pinned, but it is basically standing on your chest. Its breath is in your face. And the fog clears. And there is a bear on top of you. Bienal is unconscious. Sort of above you on the floor, you know, you have to crane your head to look up. There is Hezareth.
Okay.
He has his mace out. It has some blood on it. Let's see, what's his...
What is happening?
They are capturing you.
I like how this whole like arc started with me just trying to like mind my own business.
It never works out.
I know, literally, you know how this started is because I tried to buy someone some drinks. This is like a sitcom. This is like an episode of Seinfeld. Like, I'm just gonna buy some drinks. Suddenly, let me tell you how this story started. I'm like, have a bear on top of me, person's unconscious on the ground. Oh my goodness gracious.
in a heavily accented thanks, Hezareth says, where is your proof? You also notice the portal is closed.
Okay. So he walked through and it closed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I say, in my pack, I was helping Prethnot research several, several topics. I have the list in my pack. I helped her retrieve the runner's vine, which is mentioned on the list.
What is your name?
Brise Ajal.
He actually bows to you. He says, I am Hezareth, servant of Prethnot.
And this bear is?
Unfed. One of the funniest jokes my mom ever said, and she suffered mental illness. Wasn't a lot of laughter going on, but she was kind of a wordsmith. She had a way with words, and so she was picking me up from some school event, almost out of state, and we were driving back, and we passed this massive crane. It was just huge, and as we're approaching it, she goes, "I sure hope that thing's been fed." And I've always thought about that line. He makes a clucking noise. He says, Shazal, easy. And then says up. And Shazal, lifts the weight off of you, which was just about to run you out of breath. Mm-hmm. And Shazal reaches down, grabs you with its, bites your collar, basically, brings you to your feet. Your feet are dangling. Basically, cuts the Hezareth from behind, cuts your belt. Your belt just falls off.
Okay.
He takes off your backpack and things, searches your things in front of you so that you can point out the item.
I don't think I have to worry about these adventurers coming after Prethnot. I think she's got it covered. Wow.
Do you want to mention your note on the table as well?
Yes. And I say I come to warn Prethnot, or at least advise her of some grave matter.
You spot him, going through he finds the paper. You're like, that one. Mm-hmm. The bear is just continuing to hold you by your neck, and you're just by your clothing, and you're just dangling there. He watches you very carefully.
Obi-Wan Kang, what's the deal with this bear? That's what we're all asking.
That's right. Oh, wait, that was the wrong button. Oh, there we go. He takes the note, takes the list. Says, Shazal, toss. And just toss it to a corner. While you're in the air, he moves like lightning and is standing over you now with the mace. He reaches behind him. I knocked my notes over. Reaches behind him and tells Shazal, take the Prethnot. Shazal grabs the two notes in his mouth gently, turns. Hezareth backs up, puts his hand on the wall. The portal opens. Shazal, lumbers through with the notes. Moments pass. Hazareth uses the time just to question you intensely.
All right.
Who were you working for?
I'd say I served the Lady Miagral in the Ballabry, at the Keep in Ballabry, but I come here of my own accord.
How many are with you?
Just myself. This guy is no fun. Jeez Louise.
He now he watches you very carefully. He's ready to strike. He reaches into a pouch while watching. He takes out this beautiful red silken cord. It's thick, knotted at both ends. And he throws it at the door, and it just kind of lays across the threshold of the door. You recognize at least descriptions of items like that. Essentially, if you cross that threshold now, mechanically speaking, it's an E-critical automatically.
Oh my God.
Wow. He regards you for a while. Says your accent is a little muddled, elven and goblin.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I trust your answers. We'll see if Prethnot verifies them. He rises and offers you his hand to help you up.
I get up on my own.
He pulls a chair from around the table, sort of slides it to you, gestures to it.
Yeah, I'll take a seat and I'll say she must have Prethnot has gotten a lot cagier since I last met her, which I didn't think was possible.
We don't like unexpected visitors in this room. And we know that Delketh is sick.
That's true. I did go up with her. Okay. Yeah. I will say I apologize, except that BNL here refused to deliver my note. I saw no other course of action except to accompany her to make sure it was done.
He looks over at the unconscious Bienal. Really? He moves the pattern of lights. He's still not taking his eyes off you, like he backs from you.
Yeah.
And he sort of moves the lights away from the window. Comes back. Puts his hand against the wall. The portal opens. The man known as Iron stands behind Shazal. Shazal comes lumbering in. Iron walks some distance behind Shazal, not super comfortable with the bear himself. Iron has iron in his hand. He has a large dagger hilted. Very nice looking. Very expensive. Metal filigree. Gems. Iron says, Prethnot sent me to identify her. That's her, all right. Hezra said, I thought so. She had the ring of truth about her.
Iron must be pretty steely with lots of metal. It's a good one, Obi-Wan.
Iron looks at Hezrith and gives him a nod and gestures to the portal. Hezrith offers you his hand. It's good to meet you.
Well, I'll take it this time. Yes.
And Shazal apologized to the lady. And Shazal walks up and just puts his enormous, it's the size of your torso.
Yeah.
Just puts his head up against you like that. And then moves off. They walk back through the portal. The portal closes.
Could I have asked before they leave, is there a more peaceful way I can find Prethnot next time in case I need her for anything or like to communicate with her?
Azareth says this was peaceful and leaves.
Okay.
Iron watches him leaves and turns back to you and says, you're friends with Claren. Why did you not go to Claren? This was foolish.
All right. Well, I tell him that I don't think I could have reached Claren in time. I thought this would have been more.
You mentioned the fever, I assume.
Right.
And he's fever. Roll for me.
Says feeder. I don't worry about that. And just take some horse medicine. Okay. 97. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that while you're drinking.
That was fantastic.
97.
The look across Iron's face, flashes very briefly. You'd be like, oh, he doesn't think about the fever because they're nowhere near convergence.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Of course. The look across his face was regret that he said that. Like he would have known about the fever and act like he knew about the fever, but he didn't. And yeah, they're nowhere near convergence. It turns out they're in Balabry.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're actually there's a door in Mughals Keep. It'll lead right there.
They're at this inn called the Traveler's Pot.
Okay.
Pot is short for portal.
The portal. Do they take Bienal, I guess, in with them or leave her there?
No, they just left her. They're left.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess that's dismissal then. That's it.
So he pulls up another chair and pulls out the note.
Okay.
And he basically questions you about everything. He takes down notes. He wants a description on everybody you saw, and so on. Names. Is there anything that you want to? Is there anything you want to hold back?
No, I don't think so. No, yeah. I'll even say, I mean, it was the adventurous pot. Yeah. No.
Yeah, Gavin. He says, Prethnod is very grateful that you brought this directly to her, although, as Hezra said, this was foolish to be in this room.
Mm-hmm.
Now that she owes you another favor, she doesn't like to be too down on somebody. Is there something she can do for you?
I don't think so. Not at the moment. Let me look through.
I mean, you now know.
Yeah.
There's a handful of worlds you're now familiar with, in the sense of you know that they exist, you know that they support your life.
I am interested in, because I know I can get back to Odis, right?
Yes.
But I need to find some people there. I guess she wouldn't really be the right person for that. I don't know. Right, I need to find some of those people that I had some tie up some loose ends with.
Any magical questions? Oh, hey, what about the sorcerer helping? What about the sorcerer helping the Philistine, Shelbrick?
That's true. Actually, that's a great idea. She should be able to. Okay, yeah, I guess how do I word it in a way that's like gives her a good lead?
The question is, what do you need from her? Are you looking for her?
Matter in the vet.
If in the suppression of the Philistine, are you looking at information on Shelbrick? Would just an introduction to Overdal be enough? Do you need her to support Overdal? I mean, you sort of, I mean, it's...
I mean, I might as well just go all out and say there's a huge growing problem in the Vetch with the Philistine, the undead Philistine, plotting something along with the dark sorcerer by the name of Chelbrick. I'm trying. There's a man named
Chelbrick. He interrupts you.
Oh, I forgot I'm talking to him. Yes, Chelbrick.
He leans forward. Where is Chelbrick?
You mean who is Chelbrick? I say somewhere in the Vetch, talking with the Philistine. Don't know exactly. I say there is a man by the name of Overdal who is trying to establish, contact with him.
Overdal, I don't know. I don't think Prethnot does either.
Okay.
Shelbrick, we know. I say this to you as a word of friendly advice.
Mm-hmm.
Do not approach Chelbrick, and do not trust Chelbrick.
Why is Chelbrick? Okay. Do not approach him. Okay.
He is as cagey as my master. Quinn, I like that joke. I've thought this recent thing about going on Jeopardy and answering all the questions with why instead of like who is, what is, all that, and like just why is Smithsonian Institute? Why is just that because it's any question, any way you want to ask it, right? So I answer question all the answers with why. This is clearly very personal to Iron.
Okay.
Iron was somehow slighted. You don't know how. You don't know if you want to push it or not. I'll leave that to you.
They both went to KG school together. I'll push him a little bit. I'll say, how do you know so much about Chelbrick? I've asked people and they find nothing on him.
He and Prethnot were involved in research together. In the course of things, he met someone close to me and betrayed her. That was years ago. He fled after that point, having soured his relationship with me and therefore with Prethnot. That's right. So it's clearly someone very close to him, probably family, best friend, something like that.
Yeah.
Chelbrick is very skilled. What would you have my master do?
I mean, if possible, to stop whatever he's planning to do in the vetch. So I should also mention that there was a body of a demon that was slain over the vetch, and we believe it was offered to Chelbrick in some deal. Although short of stopping him, any information, on what he's doing would also be helpful.
I can't promise you a quick answer. These are complicated matters and matters far above you and I. But I will put it to her. Are you in town long?
I can stay another few days, we'll say. If I really need to, I could, teleport there, teleport back.
Are you staying here?
Sure, why not? I don't know what
if they have room.
Place. Yeah, if they have room, I'll stay here. if that's more convenient. I gotta go back to the tea and loaf and get that delicious food.
If you don't find a room here, then send word to the barkeep about where you are staying. And I'll check with the barkeep, see if you're here or elsewhere. I hope that you'll hear from us tomorrow, but it may be another day. He rises. He says, if you'll excuse me, I have some staff problems to take care of. And without saying another word, he turns and walks to Bienal. What would you like to do?
I think I'll see if I can get a room down here, and then just unload my stuff and process that for a little bit. That was a hairy situation.
Furry, even.
I barely got out of that one.
Oh. Well,
Cool.
Pause for thought. Go downstairs. There is a room. This place is very high end, but of course that's not generally a concern for you. A gold a night.
Wow. I will. That's fine. I'll pay for a night. Well, we'll pay each night as it comes. That's expensive.
Sure. It's
I could buy the inn for 100 gold. What are you talking about?
It's 8:47. Is there anything you want to do before we just wrap it up? We kind of went straight through without a break.
Yeah, we did not take a break. I was all very close together, all that action.
Yeah.
I think that's all. I'm looking through my short-term goals. So I will need to talk to the other adventurers again. But that could wait a day or two until we get word back. So, okay. Yeah, no, I think we can end it here. Should be good.
Okay. Well, all righty. Well, very cool. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. We're always happy that you come and hang out with us on a stream night, and I hope you will, have buddies who watch it also later on. Again, I apologize for my stupid headache. I can't promise it won't happen again. It's gonna happen again. Thanks for everything. If you think we're doing a good job, hop to Donor Box and send us a little love. If you want to hear more from Max, and I think you should, then hop to his YouTube channel where he discusses the role of music and video games. Thanks as always to Elliot Donovitz for their terrific art for Brise's character that we done be using almost every episode. To see more of their work, you can see it at artstation.com/Tortolua. And I've written a novel that Max said was adequate. He said it was thoroughly adequate.
Thoroughly adequate, and I can't wait for the equally adequate sequel.
Exactly. So you can find it on Amazon.
It was very good.
Max, say goodbye to the lovely people.
Yeah, that was a fun episode. Hope you all enjoyed that one, and we will see you next week.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.